Hey yo, welcome back to 10-5 Plays. It's your boy 10-5 back with this video, baby. So it took me a little while, but I've beaten Skyward Sword HD. Now, I played the Wii version not too long ago, so it was still relatively fresh, but playing this game was a different experience, I gotta say. Now, as someone who played the Wii version recently, I gotta say I didn't really have many problems with it. You know what I'm saying? But I also got it when it was new and thought it looked pretty good back then. So I feel like I was more accepting of everything going on with the game back then. But all of the updated features were not lost on your boy because I did love them. The game looks beautiful. I'm actually pretty amazed at how well it holds up like today in HD, because it's not like the game was remade. It's just an HD and it looks so good. The 60 FPS was buttery and smooth, like, oh my god. It looked fantastic on the TV and it looked fantastic in handheld mode. Like, my god. And something I wasn't expecting was how it being in HD, you really got to appreciate the game's art style more. And you notice a lot of things that you didn't get to notice when it was all pixelated and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta hand it to him, like, that was really nice. Like, it's a really beautiful looking game. And I know you have other games like Wind Waker where you're like, oh, this aged really well. And then when Wind Waker went to HD, you can see just how it transitioned so well from the previous art style. I feel like Skyward Sword had the same thing, where when you put it in HD, the art style really holds up. You know, I think games like Twilight Princess are a beautiful game, but it definitely looks like a GameCube/Wii game when it is in HD, whereas this looked phenomenal. Playing it didn't feel dated at all either. It felt like I was playing any modern game in that genre, so that's also a plus. When it came to the controls, I was prepared for it to be like leaps and bounds better than the Wii version, but that was capped. It is not. Playing the Wii version, I felt like the controls were fine. It did what I needed it to do. I was never one of those people that were very anti Skyward Sword controls or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't go into it with many problems, and I didn't expect for anything to be super different. Maybe just more, you know, precise and whatever. I don't know, maybe it's too precise. I don't know. Like I didn't have any problems with like performing the actions, but, and I know this is probably minor for some people, but the only thing is when you had to keep centering the control, that got annoying, because sometimes I'm trying to use something on an enemy and, you know, I'm reacting quickly and the thing's all the way to the side and I'm shooting at nothing and I get smacked around. Like that gets a little bit annoying, but other than that, the motion controls are pretty solid. Like, I didn't have a problem with it then, I didn't have a problem with it now, but having to center it got annoying, especially mid-fight. I would often try and use the Skyward Strike mid-fight, and then you go to do it and you didn't center your thing immediately, so you guys wiggling his sword all over the place and you're looking like a fool. We don't have a sensor bar on top, so there's really no way around it, and it's a great option, because eventually I just started to, as soon as I took something out, I'd center it. Even mid takeout, center, and there you go. Well, before takeout, center, just so I'd be prepared. But when I wasn't prepared, it got annoying at times and almost cost me my life, bruh. When it comes to the button controls, a whole different control scheme of the game, I actually really like playing with those controls too. You know, I'm one of those Switch people who kind of play my Switch in like all the ways the commercials show. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll have a Pro controller and I'll play it like that. So when I decided to just go with button controls, because it can go either way for me, I really did enjoy them, and I felt like they were a lot more precise, you know what I'm saying, than sometimes using the motion controls. And it was infinitely better swimming with the control sticks than the motion controls. I gotta say that the motion controls for swimming was annoying. I mean, it actually wasn't that bad in this version. It was annoying in the Wii version, maybe because the controller was so big. Same with flying the loft wing. Like here, I actually preferred using the motion controls to fly the loft wing than the stick controls. I thought it was so nice. It was so smooth. Everything was, it was just a better experience than on the Wii. But yeah, in a lot of ways, playing with those button controls were really nice, bruh. The only issue that I came into with it is just, as someone who plays the Switch in all those different ways, you're going to get them mixed up. You're gonna be you're gonna turn it on and go to do stuff and go to move the camera and start slashing your sword and not know what's going on. You're gonna be playing it normally and realize you've been holding down L or whatever it is for the camera movement, and you're like, ah. Or sometimes using the items gets a little weird because you have to aim differently. You know what I mean? You just have to, I'm sure people who play it in one way or another, it's not a problem. But for us who switch back and forth, you just gotta be aware of that. Like, it's not really a negative. It's just, it probably, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but just something to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? As far as Skyward Sword as a game, the older I get, the more I love and appreciate the story. The story is top notch, and I know every review or every person you hear talking about Skyward Sword is going to be like, regardless of anything else, the story is like the best thing since sliced bread, and it's true. So I don't want to take too much time into it. You should definitely play it and check it out yourself. But yeah, the story is top notch and it has fantastic characters. It's definitely something that you want to check out. But aside from that, the world is beautifully crafted as well. And, going into this, especially before it came out, you have everyone kind of bringing up those old complaints about Skyward Sword. So you kind of get a little bit, yeah, it is kind of like that. And it is really small. And it does suck that you can't do this or do that. But then when you play it, it's like, nah, it works. It's fine. It's cool. I still wish that you could go from, let's say, the volcano, and instead of going into the air to fly to like Farron Woods to drop down, you can just skip all that and just go to Farron Woods instead. That I thought would have been cool, but it wasn't in the game. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was a little annoying. But other than that, I thought, the surface world was fine. It was fantastic. Of course, the sky is still kind of a barren wasteland of nothing to do. You have your few activities here and there, but, it gets a little annoying when you want to do like the sword trial with that dude with the clothes that's too small. And you're like, oh, well, I got to fly over there, bro. And it's kind of annoying. Like, I don't want to fly all the way over there just to fly all the way back. Like, it's tedious. You know what I mean? So that's annoying. I get it. That's annoying. But when you're not and you're just, playing the game, you're not trying to get back and forth to do side stuff. That's where the game really shines, especially the areas, the temples really shine, man. It's fantastic. And to finally see them in HD is really something. Like, it really works out well, bruh. Now, when it comes to the amiibo controversy, dun dun dun, I didn't care. I think I made a video about the amiibo controversy at some point and how I felt like it was more of a cheat code than a quality of life improvement. And as I played the game, I gotta say I still feel that way. I didn't play the game and see a situation where that would have came in handy besides me trying to cheat in a dungeon because I was messing up or something. You know what I mean? And with Zelda, especially in some of these games where, it was in the era in the 3D games where it was getting a little bit easier and a little more hand-holdy, where the HD version a little less hand-holdy, but still, it's not like the hardest thing in the world. You know what I mean? So I feel like if that was just put in where I can just leave and come back, it would just make it so easy, and it's just whatever challenge was there is kind of gone. You know what I mean? I had no use for the amiibo. I didn't even consciously be like, I'm not using this amiibo. Like, I just didn't feel the need to do any of the things that the amiibo had to do. Now, I have the amiibo. I definitely got it. And you know what? On top of that, I'll say I get why it was more money than a normal amiibo. You know what I mean? I'm not like an amiibo guy or whatever, so I don't really cry about the price or really care that much. But when I got and opened it up, I was like, whoa, this is actually really nice. Like, it's a nice figure. Definitely nicer than some of the other ones. You know what I mean? A lot of detail, a lot of really small detail. It's actually a really nice piece. Like I said, I'm not gonna use it for the game. I just got it because it looked nice. And when I opened it up, it really did. Like, oh my God, they did a pretty good job with that one. I hope they make more amiibo like this, like style and design wise and sculpt wise. You know what I mean? That's actually really cool. I gotta say the amiibo figure was worth the price that it was. I don't remember what it was because I had to get it really fast on Best Buy while it was there for 3 seconds, but I'm really happy I did. You know what I'm saying? So if you're into that type of stuff, check it out. So yeah, I highly recommend this game. If you have a Nintendo Switch, if you have a Switch Lite, whatever, get the game. It's fantastic with motion controls or without. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the hard work for everybody that worked on the game. And if you are a Nintendo Switch owner, definitely pick it up. Check it out. All right, y'all, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Skyward Sword HD. Beautiful game. Holds up today very well. I'm probably gonna play it again on the hard mode or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, everyone check out the game, and if you had it, I hope you enjoy it. If not, pick it up. Have a great time, all right? Thank y'all for watching. Peace.